Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for episode 12 of season 2 of the Owl House. If you want to see the full length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. It is a watch along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up with the time codes for actually the entire episode. Over there, get the same thing for all the other shows and movies we cover on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote on movies we react to each month. It's just a great way to support the channel. It helps us do the things you do over here. But at the end of the day, I really appreciate and enjoy this reaction. To leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, and with that all said out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 12, Elsewhere and Elsewhen. Here we go.
You and me both, buddy. I can't figure out what I messed.
What, just running in place?
It is so nice to be surrounded by all of Lulu's dearest friends.
Oh, hell, Lulu!
I thought he died.
Curator of the Supernatural Museum of History. Here's to you, Lulu.
Aww. Wait, why is she so uncomfortable?
Did I miss the toast?
Yes, but not the appellitizers. You
Oh.
want it? There's an extra one. I'm working on it.
No, that's okay.
What the hell? What the hell?
Oh, I wish I could stay longer, but I must be off on my next adventure.
Who the hell's this?
The Emperor wanted to make sure you weren't getting into any trouble, and to clear out your office. Wish you took more from my tutelage, dear. History's supposed to be exciting, after all.
What the hell? Absurd is what it was.
I have questions about that name.
And I have questions about my life. All I ever got to do was desk work while she goofed off riding wild snake horses and...
Sources.
Snorsis.
Well, I can be just as exciting as Flora. I'll come up with an exhibit that'll knock the Titans' socks off.
But the Titan's not wearing socks. That was an abrupt title sequence right there.
Edwardian era. I believe the current human year is 1660.
Oh.
70. The years are flashing by, but it will all be worth it. I've gathered all the portal ingredients, and all that's left is to seek out the Collector. And he will tell me what I need to complete my mission. But first, my companions
The
and I
Collector.
must face.
The Collector.
I've never heard that name.
Me neither. What kind of jerk puts the in front of their name anyway?
But the collector may know how to make a real portal door.
Luce, I've got leg hair older than you. This Philip guy worked on his door for years. Try not to beat yourself up too.
Also, you guys clarified that Luce's remembrance of what her mother said is Luce's remembrance of what her mother said, not actually what her mother said, but what she herself interpreted. I need to try to not take so many things as literal, especially when it's recounted by Luce of all people.
Mythical puddles that act as windows into the past.
Oh
They're never in
no.
the same spot twice. Me and Lily used to search for them. She'd say I forced her into it, but I think she had more fun than me.
Lilith, of course. Thanks, Ida.
Little time travel Lilith adventure? Let's go.
I'm plotting out my first exhibit for the museum. I'll show her that she's not the only bad girl historian in town. I'm thinking
Hell
of the
yeah.
architectural history behind Edwardian balusters. This
That's
won't work, will it?
kind of terrible.
I even started calling you cool Aunt Lilith in my journal.
Oh,
Aww.
Oh, I remember these. I did cobble together a device to find these with Ida. It should be in the box Flora returned to me, but it was faulty. It needed more power than I could ever give it.
Stay right there.
What do we have to power it?
Would Titan blood do the trick?
Oh, we're gonna use what
Let's do it.
little bit we have. I mean, do what you gotta do right now, man. We're out of a lot of options. Just loose flopping out of the tree.
Exactly what I thought. These are wrinkling oaks.
They don't look very wrinkly.
That's because something's keeping them locked in time. So, accounting for
Oh?
local plague patterns, the quake in the 30s, and the switch from boiling units to the empirical system, the time pool should be here.
I thought she was gonna say it and just walk right into it.
I triple checked all my calculations. My equipment is first rate. Stupid rock.
Oh,
Maybe the
Oh.
Titan blood was too dry?
or maybe it's not in water at all. It's just. Oh! Prehistoric
Tools?
demons.
Are they broken? Am I broken?
Oh.
You did it! You found the time pools!
In your face!
Oh. Gargoyle?
A stone
It's-
sleeper from the Hectaceous
oh.
period. Did you know that they have a tingle
Hectaceous.
spot
Oh
behind
my
their ears?
god.
Luz, are you listening?
Come on, time pools. Mama needs to commune with the dead.
Is it just random?
I shall revel myself to death!
And well, you did. You succeeded.
Stupid rock!
Oh wait, the rock was. Oh, that's great.
Yo, what era is it?
'Tis the Deadwardian era. What she be doing in the sand? Be ye a crab maiden?
Philip's time!
Luz, look. These are the oldest barnacles I've ever had on my head.
Congratulations.
Now, before we dive in, we must remember if the tide comes in, we could be trapped. Paradoxes will be a danger, and don't get me started on the bloody fly effect.
The bloody
But
fly.
A bad girl historian like myself is all about taking risks. So,
Hey, yeah.
Let's boogie down to History
Oh
Town.
my god.
Is cool, Aunt Lilith.
Oh, hello.
Why are you still in town?
Your father wanted to swing by.
Well, tell him I'm busy.
Maybe you could tell him yourself.
Oh.
I get to meet my grandpa,
Oh.
once known for their palisman making skills. And Del, whoop, he was the best of them all. Cool.
Now, Luz, we are technically in the Savage Ages, way before Belos banished wild magic. These denizens may be dangerous.
So we might even see the truth.
Good tidings, kind witches.
Well, it doesn't seem too chaotic to me. Seems pretty chill. Abomination and plant magic. Everybody's doing pretty good.
Looks awesome. Why did Belos want to banish wild magic?
Because he's a dick.
Well, the Titan supposedly doesn't like it. Oh my gosh,
I
look
like
at
how
this
she-
patchwork.
Included supposedly.
But I bet Flora would scoff at it.
No, but it made you excited.
Dance, human, dance!
Oh.
His pretty little words should make pretty good kindling.
Whoo! His work saved by Luz. Oh no. We're gonna have like a self-fulfilling paradox. Oh god. Oh no.
What's with you? Why are you so terrified of seeing your dad? I haven't seen him since since the owl beast ruined his. I'm just not ready, okay?
That's crazy. She hasn't. Well, I mean, it makes sense. She hasn't seen him since that night.
Hi, Ada! Your pops is such a nice guy. Say, how'd he get that scar on his...
Join the Emperor's Coven, and together we can become gods.
What?
You're Philip Whittabane, aren't you? The human?
Here to gawk. I may not have a bile sac, but I do have dignity.
I know what it's like to be far from home. Could we talk?
No.
I can help you find the collector.
What? Mhm.
You and your Aunt Gertrude started.
Gertrude? Is that what I just heard?
We need him to tell us how to clear the mist so we can return home. Snap, snap, snap.
Snap, snap, snap.
Now, anyone bring a torch? Astounding. I thought I was the only one who used pictoglyphs.
Well, look at that.
Took years to find them. Almost as if the world wanted to hide them from me.
I wonder why.
I can't believe I taught Philip something new.
Your niece is very talented. I'm sure she takes after her aunt.
Oh, maybe I had a little something to do with it.
Now,
Oh, whoa.
What is this?
That is a
Shortcut.
complex
to the collector.
ring, glyph, thing.
Apologies, dearest mother. Dearest sister has flown the dearest coop. But worry not, for I, the perfect, prissy little Lily, shall find her for you.
Does she seriously think I'm buying that?
Just let her have this.
Oh, shit. I mean, I don't know what she
Am I too
expected.
late again. Well, fly safe, Witchlet. Perhaps I'll catch you next time.
Hmm.
Hi, Dad.
Whoa. Where are we?
Oh. Yo.
We're in the head of the Titan?
We're what? But this is sacred ground.
I suppose that's why no one wanted to accompany me. But every legend told me that the collector lies there, behind that door.
It looks like a Swiss Army knife.
To open it, if I weren't so frail.
It's okay. We can help. Puzzles are in my blood. Literally. My mom had to stop me from eating puzzles when I was a kid.
I mean, that isn't... Anyway.
Perhaps we were destined to meet.
This mechanism is unlike any I've seen before. It'll make a remarkable addition to my exhibit.
I really don't trust these Wittabanes, man. But we haven't seen the brother, and we also don't know which is which, and we know there's two people, like, swapping out Belos's persona or something in the present day.
Uncomfortably familiar.
It's the Boiling Isles. Everything's a little weird, right?
Something ain't right about all this.
I single-handedly defeated the beast behind the door. Tragically, I could not save my companions.
Philip?
Oh. To open the
I
door.
needed a sacrifice.
What'd he say?
Oh. What the fuck?
Distracted, I can finally get through those doors.
You tricked us.
It was...
Destiny Balderdash.
You two were easier to trick than Bluefang. Hopefully you and Aunt Gertrude can last longer.
Oh. So that's why they were... Okay. That explains a lot. Oh, looks like that ancient dinosaur we saw at the jump when they went through the portals the first time. With the tickly spot? Is that going to come into play?
Hey, that better be your own grave you're digging.
Dude, nice play, Luce.
Found you.
Oh, what is that?
Nothing is worth hurting people.
Oh, I disagree. It was nice making a cat's paw out of you. Good luck with your crab castle. You witches come up with the worst lies.
Oh, you knew they were lying.
Right about that jerkweed. I'm so sorry, Lilith.
No, your humility before death truly heartens me.
Yeah, I should have listened to you. Wait, I did listen to you.
No.
Ada's gonna kill me. Ada's gonna kill me.
She's gonna tickle it. Yeah, give it the rubbies.
Take that boy.
You were listening.
Hmm.
And so I doggedly limped home, but I had my prize. How to describe you? Oval? Oblong? A round boy?
Oh. Try
Tell me
again,
how things gonna help
fool.
you build a portal to the human realm.
No, I need this for something else.
No? What do you mean, no?
I mean, if it's information you want, perhaps we can make an exchange. I'll probably require another sacrifice sooner or later. If you or your aunt want to.
You hateable sorceress!
Let's go.
Stay mad. Come, Lusura, we're finished here.
Get good, scrub.
Aunt.
So that's for something
You know, Luz,
else, not
if
the
some
portal.
jerk like Philip can build a portal, then I'm sure you can too.
Yeah, have a little time before the tide comes in. You want to do something exciting?
Ballister's loose! Dead Guardian Ballister's! Sorry, I haven't been in touch.
You disappear from Bonesboro. You're fixing up my old tower. And then suddenly I see you on a wanted poster. And your mother tells me about the petrification. I wish you'd let us help. But I do hear I have a grandson now. It's been over 20 years, Witchlet. I can't chase you anymore.
Then stop! I've ruined your life. Have you even been able to carve a new talisman since I attacked you?
Oh, she did more than just got his face.
I don't deserve it.
She fucked up his hand too.
What is that?
It's a palistrum seed. My palisman making days are over, but I've been helping the Bat Queen replenish her forests.
Aww.
Someone new can learn the trade.
Did you come all the way here just to brag?
Yes, but also to say, let the past
Wait,
stay in
hold
the
on,
past,
Bird.
Witchlet. It's okay to move on. And give Albert my regards. Carving him with you.
That looks like a more roughed up, ragged version of the one that Hunter has. I'm not gonna go start making connections that maybe aren't there, but
Next time those time pools show up, they could be on the other side of the world.
Hey, nerds!
Philip
That was
not
your
wanting to
nerd
talk about what
quest.
happened to his
Find a
brother,
dead
blah, blah,
nerd.
blah, something else. I don't
think Ida, but yeah, we found Philip.
Mystery brother
seriously?
isn't.
Yeah, he's stuck.
I don't know. Anyway.
Groovy, Auntie.
You guys need to stop that.
Those barbarians, those
Witches!
I mean, that is what they are. Oh! He's been absorbing magic. Well, there it is.
It doesn't matter. I just need to live long enough to see this through.
And the voice changed.
And you're going to help me, Collector.
Oh, the wound on his nose, it's almost the same direction as we saw with his face. But where's the other okay. The other brother, which he did not want to talk about, in the illustration we saw in the human world, had a bird perched on one of the brother's shoulders. This may be a major stretch because it all started with a witch luring them there. And then with Philip being as bitter towards all of this as he has been, now I'm like, okay, did his brother have something going on with this witch? Or maybe once they were over there, they did? Or did his brother die? Did he sacrifice his brother in the same way they did with the blue-toothed demon and what he was going to do with them? Which this is establishing a little bit of a pattern, because as we see, this is also after Eclipse Lake, where he went in with a full group of people and was also seemingly the sole survivor. So this seems like something he does quite periodically, not risking his own life, but kind of getting people to come along with the promise of riches or renown or whatever, and then just letting them do all the dangerous work and then orchestrating their own demises to just kind of cover things up and just kind of embellish his own story in a way. Because hell, he was writing what he thought was going to happen beforehand with them going in there. It's like, oh, I was the only survivor as they were eaten, blah, 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 blah. And now we met Ida's father, who's here. He's bringing her a palistrum seed and used to be the greatest palistrum maker in the world. And then it would be like two sides of the same coin if that, I don't know how he'd be still alive and like around by this point, but my immediate weird jump in logic was that, hold on, is Ida's dad Philip's brother because of the bird on his shoulder? Because it's almost the exact same kind of bird, but a different color, a little ragged. Plus, if he was related to Philip, the fact that he makes talismans and Philip needs them to survive, that would be like a chain that would have helped sustain them until that chain got broken. I don't know. That could be a huge leap. But actually, well, I mean, hold on. I need to kind of walk myself back here. He can't be the brother because of his ears. I mean, that's a dead giveaway right there. but that doesn't stop it from being like a family thing. But then again, Hunter made the comment about being from a family of magicless witches, which in this situation definitely wouldn't be the case. It doesn't mean it didn't branch. It could be like a cousin family tree, if the witch that invited, because we've already established that Ida has been continuing this potential tradition by coming to the human world and just having her little shenanigans and whatnot. So what if in the past her on like her family's side, because obviously for Hunter to exist, Uncle Bellows is an uncle, meaning he is not the father, meaning he has not, and at least to our knowledge, procreated. So that opens the possibility and that the brother has, which means that he had to have cohorted with somebody here. And what if that somebody was a Clawthorn? And that was just, again, family traditions all around. And it was Ida's ancestor that lured them in. But then Bellows here, Philip, has this like clear disdain for witches. And hell, that may have started with Lilith here. Those witches. What if Lilith is the reason he starts depowering witch kind in retaliation to that humiliation? I mean, otherwise, like when he first got there, he said he was, according to his journal, which again, we can't take at face value because we know he lies in it, to be fair. But he did start off seemingly with a fascination for this world. But clearly, the world has not been treating him all that great. Maybe that fascination waned over time. But if he's got a predication for disliking witches, it could start with losing his brother to one. Maybe not losing his brother to one, but, you know, in that way that maybe he's like, oh, he fell under her spell or whatever, but they actually just fall in love and they do, you know, create their own family line that eventually results in Hunter. But that opens the door to where that witch came from. Maybe they're a Clawthorn, and maybe that spans down this line, and maybe that's why this imagery of the bird carries on, that this new palisman found Hunter and perched with him. It's just like the imagery is very similar, and we fixated on that in the previous episode and in this one when she was, you know, showing the drawings and asking about the other brother. And then this is also the same episode where the father shows up. So maybe the Clawthorns and the Wittabanes are a little more entangled than we would think. Because also Philip seemingly really needs Ida or wants Ida for something to do with the unity. Like he's been really gung-ho about trying to capture her specifically. So it could be tied to that. Because if his brother fell in love and then that bond that they have was broken because of that, that could also be a core reason to why he starts to resent witches themselves and the world or whatever. I don't know, because like, and, you know, as we see it here, pure and evidence right in front of our faces, everything with wild magic is fine and dandy. And this is also something I was kind of just thinking about too, like looking back at like the moment there towards the end of the episode where, you know, his arm is starting to like bubble and contort. And as we saw like at one point with Bellows, when he did meet Luce and among other things, like his body was like falling apart. He was oozing, he was gooey, like part of his body was deteriorating, falling off quite literally. So with whatever he's done to his body, another possibility that floated through my mind is what if he also absorbed his brother, like consumed him, like, because he seems to be very like willy-nilly open to sacrificing people. Now that also brings into question what his idea of unity actually is. Could he just be planning some mass like absorption? And maybe like when his body is doing that, maybe that's his brother fighting back from within. Because then that could also explain like why Emperor Bellows currently doesn't seemingly know who Luce is. Actually, okay, I may be getting a little too attached to that idea, even though that they really kind of wanted to hammer that in as well. Like, why is he saying that he's never met you? It could be just because, again, he's got a secret to keep when he made that public announcement. So it could very well be he doesn't want all of them to know that they've met before. So it's a little bit of a mind game or a PR move. You know, she got the upper hand on him, which is why he had to spin the narrative the way he did about Ida's execution and whatnot. So I'm wondering if that's true or not at this point, now that I'm kind of thinking about it a little bit more. But even if it isn't, one way to explain that would be if there is quite literally multiple personas in that body, you know, more than just swapping bodies, which the mask would cover up and allow them to do that, assuming they aren't twins, you know. So the mask automatically covers that up and creates this idea of this separation where they could do a stand-in or anything and nobody would know anything different. I don't know. A lot of the little crumbs in this episode just have my brain spinning. But anyway, I love that we went on this little time traveling adventure with Luce and Lilith, as Lilith is, you know, trying to establish herself in the world in outside of the coven, you know, diving more deeply into her love and passion for history. You know, she's getting a job at this museum, and now she's trying to figure out what kind of exhibit to do, and her mentor is just kind of running around gallivanting and rubbing all this grandiose stuff in her face about how exciting and adventurous her life is, like this just conceited ass Indiana Jones type character. And she just feels kind of challenged, like anything that she would come up with would just be scoffed at. So she, you know, she's able to kind of go along with what Luce is trying to do, is to find something worthwhile. So they go and they track down these portals, these gaps in times, and thankfully didn't mess anything up. But now, though, now that we know that Philip is Bellows, that I'm so glad that that's laid to rest. Now it's like, where'd the brother go? It's like we always trade an answer for another mystery, and I really enjoy that. So now it's just like, okay, how do these other things connect? How is this going to go into what we know at this point? And who and what is this collector? And what is the other thing that he's trying to build? Because he said the thing he was after in this had nothing to do with the portal. So I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the Unity itself. I don't know, but him creating, like, he was like, I discovered glyphs a long time ago, and he's been using that to kind of get by. And, you know, he's created these elaborate, like, combinations by this point, and he's got them grafted onto his arm. So that explains, at least to a part, where he's been using magic on himself. He's experimenting on himself, which is also probably why he's been able to live so long, siphoning the magic out of these talismans, out of any magical creature that he can, just to prolong himself through these glyphs he's inscribed on his body. And we've seen the deterioration that's come with that. We've seen whatever's going off across his face with that green, spindly, kind of whatever he's got on there. And he does look different in the present day. There's alterations to his appearance that have come out of all of this. And we saw his, you know, as he got this, you know, he absorbed this magic in this way, his voice even changed, which I called out before. I was like, almost started to get deterred from my theory about all of this because the voice actors were different. But I did kind of counterpoint myself to give myself a little credit. Given what we've seen with Bellows, if there has been any kind of research or alterations or experimentation on himself, or even just the act of, you know, empowering himself with magic, that he would kind of maybe physically transform in a way that would also alter his appearance and his voice. Anyway, side tangent. There's a mystery about where his brother went, so we got to follow that through. But that doesn't answer the one thing, because that means that he's always known who Luce was, that he had met Luce long before he ever did in the present day. Maybe he didn't know who she was yet. Maybe he doesn't remember, given how long it's been. It's almost as if now she's like, look, I taught Philip something. In a way, she's kind of, because they traveled here, became a part of the history and a part of what allowed Philip to do what he did. I'm sure he maybe would have figured it out eventually by his own merit, tricking whoever he needed to into doing what he needed, but they in turn kind of had a hand in it. And this, you know, seeing again that all of his lies about wild magic are exactly that supposedly the Titan said this is bad, but everything was so prosperous here, everything was so peaceful, everybody's using every different type of magic to just kind of make it through their day, and it was pretty chill. It's way more chill than we've seen it in the present day at all. This is a fascinating episode, though, but then Ida also running from what she did, having not faced her father in 20 years because of what happened with the Owl Beast. And that ruined his ability to continue crafting, making talismans, because, you know, not only did he lose his eye, but she mangled his arm to the point where he can't keep it stable. So he can't make the elaborate, beautiful talismans that he used to make because his hand just can't do it anymore. But he holds no resentment towards her. He just wanted to make sure she was okay. So like, I love that. She's been running from all this because of how she's viewed herself and how she's built up in her head all these things out of her own fears, anxieties, and all this stuff about what he may think of her. So she just always avoided that confrontation when he just wanted to make sure she was okay. And, you know, but he's getting too old. Like he said, I'm getting too old. I can't keep chasing you anymore. So I'm just hoping you'll sit here for a second and talk to your fucking dad. Oh, that got me emotional for a minute, man. Especially when they started talking about, so I hear I got a grandson, and she started talking about King. Oh, God. And also the stone sleeper thing. I forget what it was called. What's the stone sleeper? I don't remember. The gargoyle looking thing, the dinosaur. How these things kind of came back around and how they're also interwoven into the history of this place, and how Belos has just kind of hijacked it all, and we're uncovering it. We're digging it up, finding the truth. It's so much fun to see. And I liked this little bonding experience with Lilith, because I also think that Lilith needed something like this to see the positive influence that she's had on Luce as well. And the fact that Luce even listens to her and values her input and all this kind of stuff, and like doesn't scoff at what she finds interesting as well. I don't know. I just thought that was really nice too. There's a lot of really great stuff in this episode. Yeah, man, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. I mean, there's a whole other season after this, but still, we're getting some answers, and we're getting a little bit closer. And the fact that we needed to get to the Titan's head, where the collector was presumed to be, where this thing was, it just, again, these layers are pulling them back. We're pulling them back, and it's just like, what is going on? Anyway, that's all I got for right now. My thoughts are just out of control. A tornado of theorizing and speculation. I love it. I love when a show can make me just kind of go down these little tangents, no matter how absurd it can be sometimes. Sometimes I really kind of have these first thoughts and just ride them till I beat them into the ground. And right or wrong, I find it so fun to get into. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for now. I'm going to pass it off to you. What did you think of this episode? How do you feel about all the things that we learned here? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before you go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Manny Sherry, Yor Corsica, Robert Alguiano, Jeffrey L, Jake Cottrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, Russell Crockett, Watchtower, Domi, Gregory Toner, and Lily Chan-san. Thank you guys so much for continued support. But that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.